Hey peeps, remember last video I created, we were talking about maybe I was going to make a power brick or something of that nature? We're going to talk about the fundamentals. I've been in electronics in years, but what we're going to show is the difference between a battery connected to serial, if I can line this up correctly, which would be equivalent to this, or a battery that is connected in parallel, which would be more like this. Now, what is the difference between these two? This is serial, this is parallel. Now, let me tell you what's the difference. Serial, I call it the stacker. if you need a way to learn and how to memorize things, serial, you're stacking batteries on top of each other. So whatever the voltage of this battery is, and the voltage of this battery, you add them up, and that's what the new voltage is. And you can keep stacking batteries until you get the voltage that you want. Parallel, I call it the foundation, because its voltage will stay the same. Whatever voltage is on this battery, if I measure them both in parallel, the voltage doesn't change. The difference is the load capacity. Whatever capacity each one of these batteries are is doubled, because even though they're running at, let's say, 1.5 volts, it's 1.5 volts times the capacity of these batteries. So you have longer run time. So you can think of parallel is longer run time or extended runs. Serial gives you that extra that you want, the higher voltages. Your typical car battery is serial. You have 6 2-volt batteries, cells in it, all connected in serial. Boom, you got 12 volts. If you ever looked at the voltage on your car and you see it hitting 14, you already know that the battery's the alternator is charging the battery. If it's down around 12, 13, then the batteries normally don't need charging, and it's now just running off the alternator. So I'm going to demonstrate to you the principle behind it all. I'm going to use this little trusty dusty. I said trusty dusty, right? Let me get it down so you guys can actually see. So, as we said, I bought this cheap thing from somewhere, and I think I need to throw it in the trash. It jumps all over the place. It's a way to zero this. Back in the days, you used to be able to zero your but anyway. So, one of these. Actually, I bought some gator clips to make it easier than trying to hold it on. So I'm just going to take, I just need two. So let me just take out, to make it easier, I'm just going to do, I need a black one. We're going to use black. Oh, we can use green, but I'm just going to use black. I'm just going to use the leads on a meter. Just open it up a little bit, just clamp it on. And I'm going to take black, which is the negative part of the battery. I'm going to just clip it on. See? Easy peasy, like easy peasy. And then, actually, I don't even need the red one, unless I want to do. So, we're going to go ahead and see if we can zoom in a little bit so you can see. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. This is kind of bouncing all over the place. But if I take this, can't do anything with the cap on, and I touch it, we have almost 1.49, yeah, 1.49 volts. Actually, if I take this piece off, I hope that, is this the, Oh. Okay, let me take that piece off. That's a little piece of protective plastic that makes it hard to see. All right, so yeah, oh, that's so much better. All right, so if I touch this here, see 1.49 volts. All right, good. I'm gonna take this other one, and that's not bad for you with chargeable battery to have 1.49 volts. They're usually closer to 1.3. 1.49, right? Okay. Now I'm going to stack these two together. And so I'm going to just there we go. So now I'm going to clamp the power on the lower battery, because the connector here connects these two, so I shouldn't need a jumper. Now if I go here, that's the one battery, 1.49. But if I go to the second one, it's 3 volts, or 2.99 volts. It took the 4.9 volts, 4.9 volts gave me almost 3 volts. That's gave me, yeah, roughly 2.9, whatever. And if I added another one on top, 4.45. See? Every battery I add increases the voltage based on what each battery has. Now, let's show you how parallel works. Individual battery. Is that battery dead? .44. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because the way these things work, there's no connector for serial, for parallel. So what I'm going to have to do is just, I can still stack them together. It looks like you can. Well, maybe you can't. Okay, there we go. So, if I put it here, nothing. Put it here, something. What I'm going to have to do, I should have gotten this. You take a cable. What's the other? Oh, I need a different cable. With this, we'll use green. I'm going to connect it, these two together. So in parallel, the negatives and the negatives go together, and the positives and the positive go together. Okay. Oh. It would make sense if I had my ground clip connected. Okay, let's get this in here. And then let's see if we can get you in here somewhere. All right. Okay. There we go. 1.44 volts. 1.44 volts. The reason you did not see a change is because these batteries are connected in what we call parallel. Positive to positive, negative to negative. It doubles the capacity or the load. So if you're building a house, the bigger the foundation, the more weight that it can handle. That's the same way that parallel works. The more batteries you have, the greater load it can. But if load is not a problem and you just want higher voltage, then you would go with series. And some people are like, well, you know, how did that all work? Here's the case. I want you to take a calculator and demonstrate something. I'm about to show you a series parallel connection. Oh, I see. Is this? I can actually use this one. This one would be great. So we have 1.4, 1.4, 1.4, 1.4, whatever, roughly. So what we're gonna do? Actually, no. We'll just use this. This will be easy. We're gonna have to slide that over. And shoot. Let me pull these gaiters down a little bit more to get a better connection. And then I still need my black to get a good connection, so I'll just clap it on the green. And remember what we did? Where we got the 1.4 volts, roughly, on a parallel. Now, I've connected a series parallel connection. So these two are in parallel, this one's going to be in series. Now, how are we going to connect it? I'm going to take the negative and connect it straight to this positive. What do you think we're going to get? 3 votes. 2.94 votes, or 2.9. Compared to the 1.44 votes that we've got here. But once we get to the battery that's in series with this battery, we double the voltage of these two batteries, and that's what we get. This is basically a series parallel battery configuration. Parallel conjunction with serial. And I can do the same thing. I can add another battery. I'm gonna add another battery. One cable. At this point, it don't even care. I don't even care what color it is. So we'll just unscrew. Now, we got the 1.4 there. We got the 2.95 there. Now with another battery plugged in, we jump up to 4.45. Series, we have 4 batteries that's in a parallel series configuration. And we can just keep adding until our heart's content, to increase the voltage to whatever we want it. Okay, again, 1.4, 2.95, 4.45, and then we got almost 6 volts here, 5.9, and we can keep stacking them until we get the voltage we want. Now these batteries 1, 2, 3, 4, because these batteries are not true 2 volts. They're 1.5 should be, but some of them depends on how much charge you have left on them. It's about 1.49, somewhere in that area. So we would need, to get 12 volts, just 12 volts, we would need 3, 6, we need 8 cells. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be 5. 6. Excuse me. 7. And then 8. Be very careful that you put them positive to negative when you do series. Okay, so let's look at what we got way up here. 11.81 volts. 10.3, 8.85, 7.34, 5, 5.9, 4.45, 2.95, and then 1.44. Now, we could add another battery, but I don't know how much charge is left on these batteries. But that's a simple circuit to get. Now because these batteries are not truly 1.5, and they're not 2 volts compared to car batteries, you will probably need 8 or 9 to get that 12 volts you want. But then the rest of the batteries you just put in parallel for a bigger load, and you can see how tall this thing is. But that's what it is. That's how you build a basic series parallel, or build a basic circuit that contains series and parallel batteries to get the voltage and load that you want. Now from this point on, I'll probably add another battery, and the rest would be parallel. Next phase will be charging circuit, so that we can. Oh, meter just went off. Turned itself off. Next would be building a charging circuit, either with solar cells or maybe some type of AC circuit that would charge it. But we shall see. First, I got to figure out how I'm going to pack this all together to get it the way I want it to get. But it is what it is. Today, we learned a little bit about electronics and building a basic series parallel circuit. Now, most of these, if you look at these batteries, you can tell the Amazon El Cheapos. But surprisingly, most, like I said, most rechargeable batteries are usually right around 1.35 volts. If you're lucky, you might get a 0.4 out of them. I was shocking to get almost 1.5 out of some of these batteries. But these are new. I'm just testing them out. Don't know how long the longevity of these batteries are. Most, of course, these are not made by Amazon, but some third party, most likely China. No offense against China, but it is what it is. So that will end our discussion today on serial parallel batteries and how you can do good things with them. I'm going to try to come up with some projects that we can use these battery sets on. Like I said, most of this stuff you can get on Amazon. I bought 2 types of batteries. Oh, that's not even plugged in. Ooh. I like this set. I bought 2 sets, and I like this one because usually the battery doesn't fall out that easy. Once it's popped in, unless it's getting jaggled or bounce around a little bit. But I can put this in the what's called. If you need to know the part number, I think these were only like $12, and you got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got like 10 of them, like 10, 12 bucks. You got like 10. But like I said, I'm going to have to figure out a base and see if we can do it, and then do some test runs and see how long we can make this battery pack last. Because if you know anything about some of the bigger battery packs, the 1,000-watt voltage, they like $800. And if we can build one equivalent for using just regular batteries, we can service it ourselves and not have to worry about sending it back to the factory, wait 6 months to get it back. Well, I don't know if it takes 6 months, but okay. All right, peeps, that is it for today. I got some other stuff I gotta record. I am really running behind. Life is busy, so it is what it is. But make sure you like and share. The more you like and share, the more time I can create more content for you. And if you have any suggestions, I'm always here. I still supposed to make the video in reference to the website. It's already been up for a while, but I've added a forum and I'm still working on trying to find a ticketing system so I can track issues that you guys may have. You can't find issues, resolutions for. Give me something to do on top of all the other stuff I really got to do. So until then, I'm out of here. Welcome to Ron's Tech World. Bye-bye.